We are back, folks. We are back. And it is a great time to be alive. It's a great time to be an Amulet player. Amulet is kind of the best deck in the format. And, you know, I have been saying it for a while, but folks are finally starting to figure it out. And, yep, this is a list that I basically stole because I honestly have not been playing any Magic for the past for the past 2 weeks. Dom Dom and Niffer91, thank you so much for your subscriptions. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. And yes, also that's something that I didn't. This is the didn't say earlier. This is the first time where we actually have access to two new emotes. We have a prime time that's has like the green going on, and then we have a prime time with that's crying. So I imagine that both of those are gonna be pretty heavily used, at least for me. And then I didn't have enough slots to add a third one, but we do actually have a third one, which is the little Azusa that we have going on there. I thought these emotes were great. These are coming as a courtesy from Dr. Jack, who has been following the stream and has been a supporter of the stream for a while now. So thank you so much, Doctor, for the emotes. They look freaking sweet. And yeah, we're gonna be playing some amulets with Valakits and no mountains, because who needs mountains to trigger Valakits, right? These lists have been popping around and just like getting a ton of buzz, and rightfully so. Like they are pretty busted, right? This card really took this to a whole nother level. Have I tried the Green White Field that Expo was playing? No. Anasha with the tweet from Sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you so much for the support. No, I have, as I was saying, I have not played a single match of Magic for the past 2 weeks, so we're gonna see how things go. I'm pretty out of touch, honestly. So hopefully that doesn't hurt. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of, hopefully we're gonna have a lot of fun today, and we're gonna be playing this list. I have no idea where I took it from, but we're running hardware battlements. We have a red source in the form of Valakut, Gemstone, and some other stuff like Rule Turfs. We are doing playing a much more streamlined version without the Sun Home and the Borders Garrison. Basically, we are playing straight up Timur colors. So Simic plus red for Valakuts, and then Dryad is going to do everything else. One thing that's important is that this version of the deck actually makes Amulet as a card worse than it used to be in previous versions of the deck. So, for example, there's no turn to kill anymore, right? Because we're not playing Sanhoma, we're not playing Boros. Still, double Amulet is going to be fine, but the power level of Amulet as a card, and especially redundant amulets, has gone down significantly because of this new setup with the Dryad and stuff. I do think that this Hangware Battlement setup is better to maximize the power of the Dryad. However, we're making the amulet a little bit worse in response. Went from Timur to Simic to Timur again, full circle, yeah. but but yeah, so one thing to note though is that when we don't have a Dryad in play, Coffee Pirate, Coffee Pirate with the tier 1 sub, welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, Coffee Pirate, for the 6th month in a row. Thank you so much for the continued support. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so without a Dryad in play, actually it's funny, but our deck is actually worse, right? If there's no Dryad in play, the power level of the deck is worse because the power level of the lands is actually worse, right? Battle. Remember, like it was not rare for Boros Garrison plus Stronghold to start delivering like Stacy or Azusa beats, right? Like that is now impossible, right? We like this card just doesn't do anything to help Asusa and Stacy to become threats. We're only playing one field as opposed to two. The second copy is actually in the sideboard. So we have a more powerful deck overall, if thanks to this, which is a more powerful card, but at the cost of making our deck when we don't have this card in play significantly worse. So that is what we're trying to figure out. I have also tried out lists with Dryad that were still running Bordos Garrison and Stronghold and all that stuff. That was in place of more forests and cards like that are actually good in our deck because they help us fix our mana and that kind of stuff. Also, Gruul Turf is a significantly better land than Bordos Garrison, so it's kind of like a strange balance that we're trying to figure out. Another thing that you are going to see is that I'm playing two fetch lands, and these fetch lands are going to get one of our five fetchable cards. I am back, doesn't matter. And so are you. Thank you for being back and for being a consistent supporter. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. The fetches are gonna help us against all the Blood Moon decks and that kind of stuff. Because if we draw one of these are basically basic proxies. And also, there's synergy with Valakut, right? Like with a prime time, we can get Valakut. Like if we have Valakuts in play and a Dryad in play, the Misty Rainforest and the Wooded Foothills are going to represent double triggers, right? So it's going to represent two times of triggering the Valakuts. Keep playing the old list as long as they're viable enough. I just personally prefer them, even if the Dryad version is potentially better. Yeah, I mean that's a perfectly reasonable way to go about it, honestly. And I could also see myself doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, I don't think that the previous lists are gonna be like unplayable or anything. They're probably still one of the best decks in the format, right? Maybe the best deck in the format is Amulet with Dryad, and the second best deck in the format is Amulet without Dryad. Is the upside of having two Gruul that can generate red better than the upside of having one Gruul, one Celestial to trigger the field earlier? Yes, I think that it is. Having access to like the color of mana that we care about, as opposed to like diversifying our bounce lands is probably worth it. We already have one Rot farm. Like it's possible that this should just be a Gruul turf, even. So we're gonna see how that works out. Been playing your most recent version of Castellamia and have had a ton of success. I'm playing in GP Palm Beach in April, and I've been trying to decide if the Amulet build is better a traditional build or not. Curious to see how your streams testing this build. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to do as well. I'm planning on playing what is it? Regionals. There's actually a regionals. It's gonna be held up at my LGS in San Diego. So I'm going to be playing there. I think that's going to be early March. So I need to figure out what the list is going to be because there's some cards that I need to get, namely these four guys. I think I have everything else. Yeah, I think I own everything else in paper. I'm just missing the four Dryads. So a couple of things that I wanted to cover as well. Sad Lamas with a Twitch Prime sub. Happy that you're enjoying the content, Sad Lamas. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. First start catching the stream live. Thank you. Oh yeah. Welcome, Greenline Army. Glad that you're enjoying it. Pretty much the only person that plays Titan and FNM, and I think I went for one with the 30 line expo list on Lost Red Prowess. Yeah, that version is really, really good. I've been liking it a lot. And yes, the Amulet version without Dryad in play is so much worse, but with the Dryad in play, like the power level just skyrockets in an absurd way. Like it's insane how the power level explodes when you have a Dryad and Valaguts in play. Anyway, so I was gonna say, we do have the second field dead in the sideboard, yeah. And this is actually something that's interesting. I watched the SCG something. It was last weekend, and Daryl Ayers was did top four, and he was the feature match in the semifinals, and he was playing against Blue White, and he was playing a match that was actually a great example of exactly what we're talking about right now, of overall, like, the deck being worse than it used to be when you don't have a Dryad in play. And he almost lost he almost lost game one because of it. Exactly, it's crazy that his blue-white opponent could have had anything, like any Snapcaster Mage, any Counterspell, any Path to Exile, or like Supreme Verdict or anything like that, any removal spell at all would have made it so Daryl would have lost on the spot. But somehow his opponent with 6 cards in hand didn't have any of those, which was kind of ridiculous. So he was able to resolve a second Dryad that went unanswered, and then he ended up winning with it. But what happened is his Field of Dead got Field of Ruined, and then he was out. That's it. you know, that was it. Like, he only had access to a bunch of Valakids, but he couldn't do anything. Like, without a Dryad, he just couldn't establish a board presence. But somehow his opponent just didn't have anything, and he was able to stick a Dryad, and um, he was able to take that game, which, yeah, it was kind of weird how everything worked out, but it did work out for him. Still, I think the team lost anyway, but but it was cool to watch. Like, the pros and cons of the version of the deck. And as you can see, we're doing 4 Scout, 4 Azusa, 4 Dryad. This is the setup that I have liked the best out of the ones that I've tested in the past. So we're gonna continue with this. I could see myself going down to like 2 or 3 Azusas. I don't think I would ever play less than 2 because the card is just so good, but I could see going down to 2 or 3. Hey, Andrea, welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Yeah, so many lands, and I could still see myself play more. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Um, you think Amulet is the best deck in Fortnite? Yeah, it's been the best deck for a while. since the banning of Oko and Mox Opal, Amulet has been the best deck in the format. Rejoice. I am back, indeed. Rejoice. Cloud Gamer, thank you so much for the tier. What's up? Welcome back. Yes, I think that Amulet has been the best deck in the format since the bannings, and I said so. And then they printed this card to make it even better. So, yeah. yeah. Anyway, going to the sideboard, you're gonna see some things that I'm trying out to see what happens. I went over the results of the Modern Challenge. First of all, Amulet was half of the top 8, so yeah, there with even more copies in the top 16. So yeah, we're certainly a very very important and very solid presence. The event was won by Stoneblade, Blue White Stoneblade. Yeah, just straight up blue white, no green. So we're playing Stoneblade. We are expecting a Stoneblade and stuff like that. We're expecting some combo, spell-based combo. Sorry, in the form of this deck, and I also. I heard that apparently Neobrand is pretty popular in Moto right now, so that's why you see in my sideboard that I'm playing 1 Pierce, 1 Negate, instead of the Mystical Disputes that people have been playing. I also know that Blue Black Ursa is the deck, but it doesn't seem to be as popular in Magic Online, so I'm not targeting that deck as much. And then there's this, which is kind of hilarious, which is like just a Ponza red green deck, but it's more like a beatdown deck as opposed to a Blood Moon deck, with 4 Magus of the Moon and 0 Blood Moons in the 75, which is kind of weird. I've seen the Modern Premiere and MTGO. Yeah, that was actually won by Pond and Wine, who's been a friend and an Amulet Masters for a while. Thanks, Jonathan, for Neobrand. Yeah, I don't like that. Well, yeah, so here we go. First Amulet list, second Amulet list, this one with Gracer, and a split between Explorer and Azusa. We have all the flavors, really. Main deck explosives. Then we have this one with no explosives in the main deck, which is kind of interesting, and just playing a 31st land instead with Scouts and Dryad. And then here's the last one. Bumman, thank you so much for the for this tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Some of the streak striking with Heliod's running around. Well, Heliod is not even that popular. And this Valakut version, like the Heliod deck, doesn't have much of doesn't have much in the form of removal, so they can't really remove your Dryad. So if you start like Valakuting their stuff down, it's actually quite fine. Um, so yeah, so basically, I wanted to cover a couple of things. First of all, where is it? Where's my list? There we go. First of all, only one Cavern of Souls. The reason for only one Cavern is that a lot of people have been running Aethergust, and Cavern does not. Basically, Aethergust gets around Cavern, right? Because it puts the spell or permanent on. It doesn't counter, right? So because it's same thing as Spell Queller, because it doesn't say that it counters, Cavern doesn't do anything. So with everybody playing Aethergust, then Cavern of Soul, of course, is gonna be less powerful. So that's why we're only running one copy of Cavern, and we're not running a second one in the sideboard. We're going up to 3 Beast Withens. The reason for this is pretty obvious, right? Like everybody's playing Blood Moon and everybody's playing Ashiok, so Beast Within is the best answer that we have access to. And same thing with Force of Vigor. So that is the reason why I'm using this slots this way. Obviously Rex Sage as well because of Blood Moon. But yeah, Neobrand, Ad Nauseam, spell-based combo is the reason why I have a split of Negate and Spell Pierce. This I'm definitely not sure about, but it's something that I want to try out. Aethergust, it covers Blood Moon. It's great in the mirror and matchups like this. So Aethergust has been a solid card. I've actually liked Aethergust a pretty fair amount. I've been liking one over on the sideboard. Yeah, I just don't think that we need it. I just don't think that we need it, and it doesn't really do anything like. I'd rather have access to all of these cards in my sideboard as opposed to Uro. I think that Uro could take the spot of this Obstinate Bailiff, which I was about to talk about right now, which is mostly against like the mono red Prowess kind of and that kind of deck. So that's because that deck is very popular in Moto. That's why I'm still running the Bailiff, even though I don't I don't love it. Reed Duke is playing John with 2 Ashiok, 2 Stone Rega, 2 Fulminator. That's a lot of hate. Yeah, but I mean, John needs it, right? And even with all of that, I would still think that we're favored. John could be built in such a way that they are actually playing Blood Moon, and that would be much more annoying for us to deal with. But that's probably still beatable for us. Titan is a really bad matchup for John. Yep, I can confirm. I can certainly confirm that that's the case. Better one Misty or one Wisdom Hit for the fetch? It literally does not matter. Mana Mystery. You can play whichever one you own. You just need two fetch lands that fetch for a forest with different names, so you can get around Titan Needle and stuff. As long as they have different names, it can be any of the 4. Misty for value flex. Yeah, I just like the art. Misty is my favorite fetchland art of the new ones. If I were playing in paper, I would have one Foothills and one Windswept Heath because those I have the Onslaught ones. But online, I don't own the Onslaught ones, so I have to play this. How was my trip? My trip was awesome, and yes, I did meet my cousin grandson. So it was actually great to get to meet the new member of the family. For those of you that that are unaware, I've been in Argentina for the past 2 weeks, so it was a pretty cool trip. It rained a lot, but it doesn't rain at all here in Los Angeles, so it wasn't the worst thing. There's a lot of Ashioks running around. Second pretty pool over second fetch. Yeah, so I explained the reason why I'm playing the fetch lands, right? It's just because of the synergy with Valakut. And like Ashiok is probably unbeatable for us anyway, so it doesn't really change that much in that sense. The only thing that could be problematic, it's against decks like Blue White. You legit run out of fetchables because of Path to Exile and Field of Ruin. So that's the only reason why I could see bringing going down on one fetch basically. But in literally every other matchup, the synergy with Valakut is just basically it's so much stronger that I think it's worth it to just make your blue-white matchup a little bit worse, because it makes literally every other matchup a little bit better. So it seems like a fair trade-off. Okay, so finishing up on the sideboard, one explosive, one field, and a couple of force of vigors. One thing that I wanted to talk about is, let me do this real quick. So for those of you that don't know, my nemesis X Whale, who actually beat me and ended up fifth in the trophy race this previous season. Um, he actually won an event this past weekend with this list, and there are a lot of things that I like about this. I actually talked to him, and I told him that I thought that this is one of the best sideboard cards for Amulet, and he ended up playing a non-Amulet, just like straight up green white list, just a Titan field list with just splashing white for sideboard cards, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. Um, but yeah, so let's go over this list real quick, which I actually do like this list a lot. Um, we have like basically the mana base that we see all the time um this kind of deck, which is with all the castles, Bajuki Bog, like a bunch of one-offs, and only two fields instead of three, which is what we often see. But this makes sense because we're playing Valakut, right? We are playing Dryads in this list as well. So we have pacts, just like super straightforward, um, scape shift kind of version of the deck with a couple of trackers he decided with. I think he said he played a fourth Search for Tomorrow over the second tracker in the main event that he won. So yeah, so the main deck is pretty straightforward. And the sideboard is filled with sideboard cards. I think Celestial Purge is just literally the best sideboard card that an amulet player can, an amulet or basically Primeval Titan player can play, since it literally covers everything that you want to cover. It covers stuff like Eidolon and like random, like Goblin Guides, Swift Spears, and Bedlam Reveler slash the one mana guys, Soulscar Mage. It covers Blood Moon, it covers Sashiok, it covers Liliana of the Veil, it covers Death Shadow, it covers Gurmag Anglers. Celestial Purge is just insane. It covers literally everything that we care about. Rest in Peace is just a great sideboard card, mostly against the combo decks. Yes, it's also great against Stretch, obviously, but more than anything, it's great against stuff like Storm and that kind of thing. The only thing that I don't like about this list, literally the only thing that I don't like, is that we are actually not playing any copies of Force of Vigor. And I mean, it kind of makes sense because of the Celestial Purges, but one of the things that I would add is some extra forces. Mostly because of not only Blood Moon, obviously we want to be able to cast to reliably destroy Blood Moon, which we actually can because we are playing basic plays, right? Obviously, but there are some things like being able to destroy Area Flame, that kind of thing. You want to access something like Force of Vigor. Um, but yeah, also Force great against Dryad, opposing Dryads. Anyway, third Mind Sensor over fourth Bastard Mirrors. Oh yeah, Mind Sensor seems to be the nuts in the mirror matches. Why field cyber instead of another copy mainboard? Because there's no room for it, Andrea. Like all of our lands are just so good, and I'm choosing basically if we were to play another field, it would be here in place of the second Valakut. So that's like the choice that you're making, right? No, you can't cut a forest. You can't cut a forest. It's just you just can't. You can't even cut one of these. Like it's a very delicate balance, right? Like you do want untapped sources on turn one. Um, you do want just your green sources under Blood Moon. You do want to be able to trigger Valakut to make it better. Having an ETB tap land, it's a pretty big cost. The thing that you could cut maybe is Oast Quarter, but I'm not too high on that either. I'm not too hot on cutting Ghost Quarter. Anyway, Patreon meal for get out of here, John, with your dino things. Well, that's crazy. Matthias actually is back on top. That person must grind like crazy. All right, let's do it, milady. Why isn't the milady? Isn't that? So I actually set up the. I enabled my lady, but for whatever reason the gifs are not working in my better Twitch TV. The other ones are actually working, but the GIF ones are not. Um, well, this is definitely a mulligan, right? Not much to talk about here. We have our worst land in the deck in the opener. Well, this is a keep, right? Not much to say about this. And I think I'm gonna bottom the Vesuva. Yep. I'd rather hold on to the SSA because it's not unlikely for this card to die, so. Yeah, I think there's a way where I can check what I have enabled and what I don't. That doesn't help. It's a pretty bad draw. XL Snapcaster. Thank you, John. All right, holding up Hallowed Fountain. God damn it! These are some horrible draws. Might as well get in there for one, right? Jeskai in this economy. Indeed, some people are just maniacs. This is gonna be a Blood Moon or something stupid. Okay. Please step out, OP. No tapping out. Ugh. I don't think I can jam here. So I'm just gonna pass. Desolate Lighthouse. Yeah, this is not looking good. No, my opponent has Cryptic mana up. It's not flood. No, it's not a matter of like drawing lands. Lands are fine. It's just a matter of we're drawing our basics in a matchup where my opponent's playing Path to Exile. Yep, you see. They probably are playing Field of Ruin as well. So that is the problem. Not so much the fact that we're drawing lands, but it's like with the lands that we're drawing are kind of a problem. So now we could play around Mana League, but it doesn't matter for us to do it anymore. Which kind of sucks. Emrakul. Uh-oh. One, two, three, four, five, six. So I think I'm actually going to play Explosives for 0 here. Just so I have something to... Oh, okay, sure. Start there, see what my opponent does. Probably nothing. Makes sense. I'm actually considering playing Explosives for 0, so I can sack it to an Emrakul. And if I psych it to an Emrakul, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do it. I could play for 2 or 3. 2, I guess, is the number. I just want to put it in play just so I can sack it to Emrakul. So I still have mana after an Emrakul trigger. Spell Snare. No, we can play around Spell Snare. We can play X equals 2, but spend 3 mana. So that's easy. What could they have is what I'm trying to figure out. Vendilion Click? Snapcaster? Because I'm going to play for 2. Opt. You got it. Ha! You see that? See that, chat? See that? Next level. Next level. Do I think the Mirrorverse is more powerful than Amulet? No, I don't. Sure. Path me. I do think the Mirrorverse is pretty good, though. I think I played one league with the Mirrorverse, and it felt pretty sweet. Tulare West. That sucks. Because I can't really play it in the face of the field. So we just fast. The new Asusa? You mean because this one's still alive. Asusa is legendary. Oh, you mean the art? Because this art is superior. That's why I play this one. What do you think on Amulet versus the Mirrorverse? Is it good for Amulet? No, I think it's actually pretty bad for Amulet. Huh. So I could get a Dryad here. Sure. So I'm gonna get a Dryad, and 1, 2, 3, and we. No, I guess we actually can, but I'm not gonna. Four. So if I cast Dryad here, and they counter it, I can still Titan. But if I do it next turn, yeah, sure. So I'm gonna do it here. My opponent's probably gonna counter it, and I can still Titan. They don't do anything. Okay. So I'm going to tap for blue, and I'm gonna transmute for Cavernous Souls. Pass the turn. Do you think the newest is a Valakut version? I am playing that, yeah. Alright, so we die to a Lightning Bolt. We die to most things, really. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Block there. Sure. After blocks. Not a 1. have it. Yeah, they made a mistake there, but they weren't punished. It's fine. We want this. We want field. I'm not gonna be expecting Blood Moon from this deck. I don't think. Squirtle seems pretty bad. Don't want these. I want all my Beast Withins because of Fashiok. Don't want explosives. Do I want Gust? Do I want Gust is the question. Can't E for 15? No, you can't. Unfortunate, right? Hey, Gray Scarf. Yeah, we're playing some 666. It's been a while. Like, there's literally no way that my opponent's playing Blood Moons in their deck, right? That's just not a thing. Like, I should not be bringing in Rex Sage. I should be bringing in Beast Withins, but I don't think I should be bringing in Rex Sages. Oh no, I am playing weird red tap lands. Gray Scarf. I am playing them. I know, feels bad, man. I think I am actually gonna bring in the Gusts. At least one. Over what? Pachuca Bog. My opponent probably only has Snapcasters. This hand doesn't do anything, and we don't have. This hand is great, so we're gonna keep it. What on the Radiant Fountain? Would it surprise you to see a Force of Negation here? No. All right, no force there is actually pretty big game for us. Either Gust. You can see a path here. This is looking pretty good though. Yeah, we have a path. Oh, opt. Okay. 2 weeks with a stream and then this, the baby's unbearable. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. What is this? Wear a tear here? Yep, braid, sure. It's a little bit annoying, but that's okay. Okay, so we're definitely not playing around Blood Moon, huh? Ashiok. Sure. Annoying, but could be worse. Opponent this in minus. Good job, OP. Good job. I'm actually going to play out this T-West because that allows my pack to be paid for. Alright, see what OP has here. My thermal tyranny from players streaming. Yes, I'm here. I'm here just for you, Magus. Just for you, Magus. What is this? Sure. that's cool. Yeah, that happens. Attack Ashiok. Play this, bounce, replay, go. That basically screams to me that my opponent's kind of desperate over there. And if they go for the breach here, we are probably just gonna win. Yep, they're breaching. They breaching, we gusting. They breaching, we gusting. And this should be game over right here. We're gonna clear Ashiok. We're gonna resolve Titan. We have Pact of Negation back up. Still have one land drop. We're done here. Field in play. So if we double Valakut, I think it's better to Valakut plus bounce because we get the same. No, double Valakut is 12 damage. What am I even saying here? It's just lethal. Easy. Get a blue source. We don't have to, because the Dryad helps us. No, I'm not playing around Blood Moon. Like my opponent just like their mana base is kind of a mess. I don't think I should play around Blood Moon. I'm just pretty sure that my opponent did not see the Aether Gust coming. I think I'm actually gonna shave it. Pact. If they play Blood Moon, I'll gift 5 subs. That sounds good. Come on, opponent. Play that Blood Moon. Play the Blood Moon OP. It's nice that we have an answer to Ashiok. Not an answer to Emrakul, though. Unfortunate. This end is just a little bit too slow, I think. I think I can do better. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's actually better. Keep bottom Valakut. I'm beginning to sense that this spell pierce might be big game. I don't want to be associated with Titan streamers. Damn, the beats. The beats. Bottom a card, immediately draw it. Classic. Classic motto. Oh, glory fades with the tier 1 sub for the 5th month in a row. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for the support. So my was probably. Oh no, I guess never mind. We're fine. First time tuning in a bit. Last time you didn't like the Dryad plan. I see you're in it now, or still just. I'm still testing. Like these are the lists that have been doing very well, right? So I want to see what everything's all the fuss is about. Not a bad draw there. Sure, I'm gonna play the castle here. Because if we draw an untap land, we can Azusa next turn, which is pretty hot. Ashiok. Got him! Did I say how I thought that spell pierce was gonna be a big game this game? All the shots, just calling all the shots today. Ah, they have another one? God damn it. We're gonna see a minus now? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Minus that Ashiok, baby. Not a bad draw, man. If I had drawn that one turn earlier, would have been gas. So next turn we can Titan. We do lose to the combo here, though, right? Obviously. Sure. Sanctuary back and opt. It's good. You got it. Cavern on Giant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they path here, that would suck, but not much I can do. They do have it. One of my forests is gone, I just noticed. Keep on minusing, huh? I think I'm actually going to hold this Valakut in hand here. Oh, this is great for us. Because if I draw a Dryad, I can kill this if I hold this Valakut in hand. And they go from there. Okay, they do have the breach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have to sack this. Ugh, it's very annoying. Yeah, they are on a breach Emrakul, but splashing white for whatever reason. So they know about this. I'm just gonna play it. Second Ashiok. Opponent drew all 3 Ashioks. Do we even have any more Dryads in? 1, 2. Yes, we do. They probably have a Path to Exile here, which would suck. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we actually have to think for a second. So no more fields. Probably don't have any more Titans either. This is my only Valakut left. I don't have... There's 1 forest. Simic growth. 4. So I'm out of Simic growth chambers. Gruul turf, I'm also out. So I don't have bounce lands anymore, do I? Or do I have a rot farm? No, rot farm is also gone. Okay, so I don't have anything else here. Imagine if opponent breached a Titan. That would be hilarious. I think I just pass. No, because I do have a fetchable, but that's like out. Okay, so that is 6 damage. So that's 10. Oh, CS always healed. I just think I pass here. Or I just go face. I suspect that my opponent doesn't have any more lightning bolts. Man, all my bounce lands being gone is kind of a big deal. So otherwise I could just transmute this for a bounce land. I could start triggering Valakut 3 times a turn. Pact is gone, so there's a negate. There is no more T-Wests, no more bounce lands, no more Vesuva. What else matters? How we're Garrison, Primeval Titan, 1, 2, 3. There's one prime time in the deck still. There's one Pact and one prime time. I just don't think I want to go for that though. I think I just pass. Misty plus Forest? No, we actually have no more fetchables. We drew our last remaining fetchable. Because Birding Pool is also gone. Wanna dig in for the combo. They did put one card on top there. We're dead? Yeah, we're dead. Alright, feels bad, man. We lost to my opponent drawing all 3 Ashioks. Who would have gotten there? I'm assuming they were playing 3 Ashioks, maybe they were playing 4, I don't know. Their deck did not seem very good though. For what's worth. Their deck did not seem particularly great. This is actually kind of weird. I think it's a keep, but because I'm on the draw, I like this hand a little bit better. But I don't think it's particularly clear cut. Like we're actually missing a fair amount of mana here. The good thing is that we have the once upon, so I'm going to assume that this hits either a castle or a bounce land, preferably a bounce land, obviously. But yeah, I think it's the fact that we have Azusa plus Dryad, but we're definitely a little bit heavy on the whole. Just a little bit heavy on the whole ramp department. We're probably playing against Shadow here? 4-color Shadow, I would assume. They bubble me, so and they did this, so I have to assume that they have a discard spell here. Yeah, so yeah, I actually do need the land more than I need the Titan, so we're gonna cast this. Yikes! Big yikes! I'm gonna get Ghost Quarter here, but that sucks. That was a big whiff. I still haven't gotten used to the Beast Within. Do we bring it in as a 3rd plus Dismember against creature deck? Yeah, depends on the creature deck. Like against Burn, for example, you're not going to be bringing that in, right? But against something like E-Tron for sure, because you're destroying also Snare Bridge and stuff like that. You're destroying Karn. You can destroy their lands. Yeah, that's not a good draw. Yeah, this hand's not panning out. Also, one thing that is actually pretty relevant about this card is that it grows Goif, which can be kind of a big deal. Definitely weird that they took a Scout there. Out of all the cards they could have taken, Scout seems like by far the least impactful. Sure. I'm bugging here because of Traverse. Like my opponent has an Overgrown Tomb there, so they could be playing Traverse, and this they actually had Delirium enabled. Now they don't. So that's not like the worst draw ever. Bujugi Bog. I mean, it's not a great draw by any extent of the imagination, but no green, no red. I mean, so we might have a shot here. Yuck. Well, untap land off the top. That's the line here. Castle would be gas. If we draw an untap land or a castle, and my opponent does not have Dismember, if they have Dismember, I think they actually have lethal. Yeah, they actually have lethal. So I cannot beat a Dismember. Better Neoform or Amulet? I don't know if you're trolling me, Man of Mystery. Because Neoform is significantly worse than Amulet. I think I do chump here, actually, though. No, actually, I don't chump here. If my opponent is not presenting lethal here, I'm not going to chump because this makes a bounce land actually a good draw. Never mind. I'm not given the option. All right, so and tap land one time. Untap land. Hold. Would have gotten there. I would have gotten there. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Just be tight and win E-Tron, and I have no words. I mean, still not dead, I guess. They need an answer to this Azusa. I guess we can chomp. Oh no! Really? They just draw the perfects? Feels bad, man. Alright, against Shadow. Ghost Squatter out. Battleman's Fountain. I wonder was we're supposed to cut one of the Malachites in this matchup. Yeah, Fire Truck. The thoughts is actually made the Shadow lethal because they could fetch for a shock. I had the Shadow base just have everything down to the last card. Yeah, I mean it's what the Shadow deck does, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with something like this. I think one Valakut is enough in most matchups. It's possible. It's possible. But I just don't really like. We have 4 Azusa, 4 Dryad, so I'm not particularly too fond of Stacy in this matchup. What I could see bringing in is Aether Gust, though I have not seen Tarmogoyf. I'm assuming that my opponent's playing the Goyf, but sure, sure. We're on the play. So I'm gonna play Gemstone on 1 because I'm playing Simic on 2, and if I draw Scout, I can actually play it. I don't have Scout. I guess if I draw an Amulet, no, there's nothing that I could draw. So I guess it's better for me to play the T-West here. So I don't have Scouts in my deck. Yeah, so it's better for me to play this. 2 Valakes felt laughably good. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on 2 Valakes being the correct number. It's probably okay. It probably is the correct number. Beast Within. Dig a trophy my semi-growth chamber, that would suck a little bit. Oh, it's fine. Our best draw is Bounce Land, bar none. I guess Castle would be just as good, basically. They're probably gonna take the Azusa here. I guess depends on like how lucky they think I am. If they think I'm pretty lucky, they're gonna take the Azusa. If they don't think I'm pretty lucky, they're gonna probably take the Beast Within. Fake evaded title again. Shut up, Dido. Shut up. This is not a Death Shadow loving stream. I kind of do love Death Shadow, so that's a lie. But yeah, farming amulets. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, Antus, how's it going? I am not surprised that you're kicking ass in the current format. Not surprised at all. Getting farmed by Maru Pyro. Is Maru Pyro back? Is that actually a thing? Maru Pyro hasn't been a deck for years. Beast Within. Ugh. I think I'm gonna pass here. Because I still don't know what I want to transmute this for. Because I might want to transmute for Cavern of Souls. Plays Blood Moon, Ashiok, and has Stone of Discard, so I guess. Yeah, I mean, historically, Mario the Pyro has been a horrible matchup for us, so I doubt that changes. Glad to see I'm back in business. Oh yeah, I am back in business. And thank you for being back here, Hisio. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. We have new emotes, by the way, for those of you that are unaware. There's new emotes for subscribers, which is pretty freaking sweet. I farmed 3 amulet yesterday on the PDQ. Yeah, that sounds about right, man. You must be having the time of your life. So I'm beasting that. Probably gonna get stubbed. That's fine. I have to grind through those stubs anyway. It's cool. Amulet. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't want to die, so I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna kill this now that my opponent stepped out. How does E-Tron beat Amulet? It doesn't. You beat Mike Windsauce? That sounds like a horrendous matchup for you, Dido. Blue White Stoneblade? Yeah, that's rough. Dido does play the inferior deck. Alright. Bounce Land or Castle kind of wins the game. Sick. It's gonna cost me my gemstone, which sucks. But I suspect that my opponent is gonna have some trouble dealing with this prime time. Unless it just... I guess that Shadow just wrecks me here. It's a Goif. So, EE is the best draw. Oh, classic. Classic. Case Heroes with a Twitch Prime sub. Good to see you back as well, Case Heroes. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Minus an Ashiok. Classic. Yeah, no box. Okay, so opponent has this member. You guys don't hit Ashiok more than Shadow players. Hate 3 mana to Fairy. Yeah, that's... 3 Fairy is kind of big game. At least they don't have... At least they don't have Shadow. So that's something. Sure. Classic Ashiok minus. It's funny how I just like keep on telling people that they should not minus Ashiok and people just continue to ignore me. Oh well, whatever. Insta no blocks here. It is a 2-turn clock. That is true. So my opponent has this member, second Goif. So I'm going to start by casting Titan here. See what my opponent does. It's also possible that their other card in hand is another Ashiok. Oh, Disdainful Stroke? That's also possible. Alright, so now we're actually dead. I can force a chomp on the Goif, but my opponent has lethal, so it doesn't matter. Feels bad, man. Any green fetch is the same in this deck? Yeah, any green fetch is fine, so you can play anyone that you own. It's technically correct for you to play with different names. So as long as there are 2 with different names, you're fine. Yeah. Alright. Fuck Ashiok, yeah. Yeah, we've seen 4 Ashioks. No, 5 Ashioks in 3 game 2s. I mean, it is the problem with being the best deck in the format, right? Every deck is prepared for you. Did calls a good matchup and then he stopped winning for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, Dido. You're falling behind, man. Where are you at? Where are you at? Over here. 8 trophies. Only 8. Alright, this sounds great. We're gonna be looking for an untapped land. Alright, finally we're playing against a non-Ashiok matchup, but it is a Blood Moon matchup, so this is kind of a big whiff here. So let's think for a second. So I'm going to play Field on 1, Field on 1. Okay, so I guess that the card that I want to get here, it's actually the Prime Time, right? Yeah, because this allows, yeah, the Prime Time is the correct pick here, because this allows me to go turn 2 Amulet into a second Amulet, and then on turn 3 I can Ashiok if I want to. I can Azusa if I want to. They can splash Ashiok with Metamorphose. Damn, going real deep, huh? Alright, so as long as we don't die next turn, we should be in a fine spot here. And I could play Simic in order to play Stacy and Amulet, but I think that's actually a trap. Next turn I can double Titan, haste both. Castle on 1. No, Castle on 1 is not really worth it, is it? Like it doesn't change anything. Oh, I could have a Susad, right? If I no. Castle on 1, no, it doesn't change anything. Yeah, so I want to end the turn with 2 lands in play anyway. So it does it. Castle on 1 doesn't do anything. So I'm down to 4. My opponent has 2 cards left. And here comes the moment when we think. I can pack for Dryad. That has to be the line, right? Packed for Dryad. 1, 2, 3. Simic Growth, I have 3 lands plus 2. Yeah, Pact for Dryad is the line. Because that triggers Valakut. And you see why that turn, getting the prime time of the Once Upon a Time was 100% the correct line. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we should be good here. So we're going to do... This also allows me to end the turn with the Valakut in play. So check it out. We're going to tap all the mana, have 6 mana float. I'm going to bounce the castle. Use 3 of this mana to cast the Dryad. Then we're going to play Valakut as our second land. And float both of this mana. Any color, any color. Cast Prime Time. Yes. Battlements and second Valakut. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. So now tap for red. We're gonna haste Prime Time. Asgard89, thank you very, very much for that tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Half a year. Good evening to you as well. Alright, so... This is actually lethal. We can cast both of these guys if we wanted to. Or we can haste the Dryad. Sure, for value. I guess it would have been better to like second main play this and haste the scout so we can play one more land. That was technically a mistake. Probably not a relevant one. Well, I guess I can't really get a fetch, can I? Yeah, I can't really get a fetch because of... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. This is lethal. Oh, it's yes. Oh, it's yes. Oh, it's yes. Oh, it's yield. Swinging for 8, shooting for 18. How can I do more damage? I mean, there's value in the BM, right? We want to make sure that we maximize our BM value. All right, this is the matchup where I have Obstinate Bailoff in my deck, so hopefully it does something. Oh, I actually do want the Gusts. This card seems legit in this matchup. Beast Within is the only card that I'm a little bit iffy about. Who's a good Titan? Primetime is a good Titan. Hmm. How do we sideboard here? We definitely want our answers to Blood Moon, we definitely want our Bailoff, and we definitely want our Prime Times. Could probably shave one land, which is gonna be Cavern. I guess. Yeah, I guess I'd rather have Cavern. Cut Cavern, I mean. Where's the don't chief when I do this? I know. Either Gust in our list. Yes, this card is actually very good in the current metagame. The fact that we can keep 8 ramp spells while cutting all of our scouts is kind of gas, actually. Squatch support. That's a great emote, actually. There's a strain for a Gus and it's improved. Yeah, so I don't think I would play ever. I don't think I'd ever play more than 2 Gusts. You always have to think that Dilk's lists are always very heavily geared towards beating the SCG metagame, which is pretty predictable. Like it's always the same. It's always the same decks that do well at the SCGs, right? It's always the same people too. But... So I want to try cutting Ghost Squatter down to 28 lands and maybe one amulet here. I'm definitely not. I don't love this cut. Everything else I'm pretty confident about, but the one amulet cut I'm not confident on. I think we have to ship this, unfortunately. And we're gonna keep this. Bottom one of these Azuzas. Put him ult 6 as well. To be fair, he had already found in the cyber as well, so that's pretty telling. Second Soulscar Mage. Right? Huh. Probably a second basic. Second basic allows me to play around Moon. Sure, seems better than the alternatives. So next turn we Asusa into max mana. Manamorphose here, yeah. Why is MD all Ponza? I mean, it's not all Ponza, it's all decks that beat Amulet. Is it, as I said earlier, it's like Amulet is the best deck in the format, right? Like, this is what happens when you're playing the best deck in the format. The format is geared towards beating you. Leo, well, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Oddly enough, this was like the best possible thing for us, which is weird to say, right? Because now we can force pitching Sage. We don't need to block the Soulscar Mage, although I might want to anyway, just to stay at 3. Let me think here. I can go up to 5. Yeah, I think I don't block here. If my opponent has second moon, we die. That doesn't seem very likely, though. So here we do Fountain. Fountain T West? Fountain. So we have 2 land drops remaining. So we can do Fountain plus Field, I think. Bog doesn't do anything, so we don't care. If we do Fountain plus Vesuva, it doesn't change anything. We can't gain any more life. So I guess Field of the Dead is the pick here. I'm not going to be able to trigger it right now, but I can trigger it next turn. Bye, Sam. See you later. How is standing against Shadow? Bad matchup? Yes, it's a bad matchup. What are my thoughts on the Prowess matchup? I think that we are unfavored. And I can't have any untapped blue for Gust, which sucks. So I guess I get, since I'm not triggering anyway, I think I just get a Rot Farm here. Going up to 5, we can gain 2 more life next turn. Definitely leaving Asusa back as a blocker. No, I still don't have enough mana to keep up Aether Gust. Unless they have double Lightning Bolt, we should win here now. And thank you, Gexver. Appreciate it. What's a matchup where you would want one of Spell Pierce negates and not the other one? Against Tron, for example, against Tron, Spell Negate is significantly better than Spell Pierce, while against Neobrand, Spell Pierce is significantly better than Negate. Forced play. Yes. Okay, life. Play Dryad. Swing. This should be game now. Valakut and Hmm. 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'm just gonna do Valakut plus a bounce land. Gaining life doesn't matter at this point because I have the gust anyway. So bouncing is better because you can kill their dudes. Actually, the line would have been to bounce the fountain and then play it. Yeah, actually that was a mistake. I should have bounced the Radiant Fountain there. It's not gonna matter, but that was the correct line anyway. Yeah, we're just done. All right. 1 and 2. Easy clap. I'm actually having some issue with my headphones, which is weird. 0 the cat. So we're playing against Welcome to Bold Land opponent. Sure. All the keep, but a keep nonetheless. This is a potential turn 3. Do you have any advice on how to approach the title matchup from the Prowess side? Yes. Don't keep don't keep a hand that doesn't have a creature. Basically, unless you have something like 2 Blood Moons, you should never keep a hand that does not have a creature. Wow, no bounce lands, huh? Opponent went turn 1 Island, so I guess I'm gonna go with Cavern of Souls here. My opponent might be playing Merfolk or something. If that's the case, they kind of just die. Go, that's, yeah, okay, so now we just die, I guess. We are the ones who just die, I guess. Alright, so we're trying to draw a bounce land here, but there's nothing we can do really. If my opponent has it, they have it. The bestest matchup. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Not so sure about calling this one a good matchup. Turn 3 kill. I mean, I guess it's technically not done yet, which is the information that I have. If they have another ritual, then this is actually deterministic, I think. But Only bad matchups. Nice. That cry emote is so good. I love it. Okay, so with the information that I have, it's correct for me to be in this too. And if my opponent draws into another ritual, we die. Not feeling too hot right now, but there is a chance. Ah, they bottomed. Hold, hold, hold. Can we play versus small Neoran? Please, no, thank you. We still need a bounce land here in order to do anything at all. Oliver D with a tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you so much for the support. That's not it. That's not it. The good thing, however... No, actually, there's no good thing. Well, I guess that the good thing is that I can blow this up, so I don't actually die next turn. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out if I can also Azusa, but I don't think I can. So... I think I just have to copy my opponent's Spire Bluff Canal. And EE for 2 and blow it up. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. So, blue and red. Play this. Crack this. Go. Transmute. One, two, three, four, five. I think I'm going to transmute this turn for Pact of Negation. Yeah, I think I transmute for Pact of Negation. Hope that I'm not dead this turn. T-West for Castle? I already have a Castle in play. I guess I'm not dead, huh? Welcome to Combo Town opponents. Gexfer, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. And here we see the downside, right? Like, we would actually have lethal in a normal version of the deck, but now we don't, right? And I think I actually have to pack this. How do I have lethal? I don't have Sunhome and Stronghold. And I can't haste and play the Dryad. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now, if there's a line that actually gives me lethal. I have played my land for turn. So I packed this Remand. right? Gruul battlements. Okay. So Gruul battlements gives me 3 from the Gruul, play Dryad. Alright, we might be onto something here. We can't activate Cavern, we only have 5 lands. Alright, so Gruul battlements. Float mana, float mana. Haste Titan. Keep this untapped. Bounce this. Play this. Turf battlement. GG's. Yeah, so I think we actually have lethal here. You're right. So here I get Valakut, and that should be lethal. But this is only because I drew the Dryad, right? If I hadn't gotten lucky and drawn the Dryad, then we wouldn't have had lethal. Yeah, I'm gonna replay Gruul Turf anyway, right? This is lethal, but I was gonna replay Gruul Turf, trigger again, bounce Vesuva, then we can play Vesuva as our last land. Better Stronghold of I don't know, Man of Mystery. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so we want this, we want these, we want these, we want these. See, I'm actually gonna shape some Asusas in this matchup. I feel like I do want Gust because of the enchantment. Scout allows me to Bojuka Ball at instant speed, which is nice. Probably shape 1 or 2 of those. 1 pact. You could also win with Swing Passive. No, because I wouldn't have a bounce land to replay. So I couldn't have, if I hadn't top decked the Dryad off the top on that turn, I couldn't have won that turn, right? I mean, I'm resolving a Titan, I can bog my opponent, I know that stuff, but I think it's not actually lethal. Dryad also made the deck even more complex. I disagree. I think it made it a little bit simpler. Like, it made it more, I don't want to say glass cannony, but it made it a little bit more linear, I think. If you gust a flashback Piff, it's still exiled, right? That's actually a good question. I don't know how that works. How does black flashback read? It says then exile. No, I think it goes back to the top of the deck. I think it actually puts it back on the top of the deck if your opponent wants it. Because it says then exile instead. It doesn't say exile it instead of putting it anywhere else, which sometimes is. Does it? Is there like I think I'm actually gonna go with 1 explosives, not only. Is there like a fix in the text? So like, is it fixed to say if it were put it anywhere else or something? Okay. So I can hold up Gust. So like, yeah, I think I have to shit this. We can do better on 6. Unless we don't, huh? I guess I'm actually gonna keep this though. I'm gonna bottom the explosives. If we find any untap source, we can draw it on 2 and hold up Pierce, which should be pretty solid. Here comes the YOLO, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna keep a hand like this 100% of the time, right? Like, just math is really in my favor with a hand like this. All right, here we go. Untap lands. Yay. The downside is I'm probably not going to be able to hold up Spell Pierce, I don't think, because I do want the Grill Turf in my hand. Sure. I guess I'm just going to have to do that, right? I just hope I draw another bounce land. Because I'm not casting Titan anyway. So I think I'd rather hold up Pierce. And we can Gust next turn so I don't die. Why nobody plays Remnant Excavator anymore? Because that's not really what things are about anymore. Yeah, that's brutal. All right, pass the turn. We can not do both, right? We can either Gust or Spell Pierce. And here I'm just trying to get lucky, just trying for my opponent to not have it. That's pretty brutal. So this Pierce is probably dead at this point, so I'm just banking on this Gust to get there. What is this, like a fancy Brave Shot? So if I Gust this, they don't draw a card of the remand, and they put this on top. Is that good? They went face with the Grape Shot. No, I can't make one blue off the turf. I can only tap it for a red green, or I can tap it for blue. I think I'm actually gonna Gust this Grape Shot and put it on top. Because this Remand is gonna kill my Dryad otherwise. So by putting this on top, I'm actually denying the draw step from the Remand. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for it. This might backfire, but there's not much that I can do. Like, if my opponent has anything, really, we're kind of dead here. Let's see what they have. Nothing? They just have nothing? Wait, what? I'm certainly confused. Bounce land, please. Radiant Fountain. Lands, please. 30 land deck. Yeah, I know, right? I even have this stupid Pact of Negation that I can't do anything with. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. To be fair, my opponent's also lacking a little bit over there. Alright, any land. Hoop! No! No, please! Please don't! Please don't deck. They put one card on top too? Ugh, they have like a million mana. Should I go squatter them? Should I go squatter them? If I go squatter them, that makes castle a much worse draw, and any land a much worse draw because I can't hold that Pact of Negation anymore. But they did keep on top though. God damn. What to do here? Do I think I am dead if my opponent resolves whatever they left on top? So it's probably gifts, right? It has to be a gifts. Yeah, but if they don't search, they're down 1 mana, right? And now if they do cast the gifts, I can actually do something with these spell pierce. Right? That is what I'm trying to do here. So go squattering here makes this better while making this worse. Does that make sense? And while also making my 4 castle Garen breaks that I could draw also much worse. The reshuffle is obligatory? No, they can decline to search. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go squatter them. I think I go squatter them on upkeep. Yeah, so what Pact is doing is if I draw any land, any non-bounce land, then I can actually pay for Pact on my following turn. That's what the Pact is doing. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So here on upkeep, before they draw the card that they put on top of the Serum Visions, I'm going to destroy the, I guess the Spiral. I guess I'm going to destroy the Steam Vents. That Aether Gust on Grapeshot was pretty huge. Steam Vents cost more money. Yeah, that's how we make our decisions here in this stream. Always destroy the more expensive one. Alright, opponent chose to shuffle. Bounce land, please. God damn it. And we can't really attack because we will be trading 2 damage for 1, but like our 2 damage are actually pretty irrelevant, while my opponent's 1 damage might be irrelevant. What if it was a fortune from Apocalypse? That would be gas. Alright, here we go. Let's go, baby. Poggers. Poggers. Pew. Pew. Oh, he is always healed. Got him. Should not have fetched, OP. Shouldn't have fetched. Hit ya. Hit ya. Hit ya. Hit ya. No bad matchups. No bad matchups. El masacote. Hashtag trigger. Triple Scout. We do have Titan mana though, and we do have a Titan. So how do we sequence one? Yeah, I guess we keep this. Might be a little bit awkward, but we're playing around discard and removal very, very nicely here. Hola Iván, ¿cómo andas? Aloha. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Alright, Water Grave. Push here. Hedron Crab. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Please be a Vine deck. Please be a Vine deck. Okay, don't mail me, bro. Target yourself. No! 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 We are in the 2-2 bracket after all, yeah. Welcome back to streaming Modern, Fran. Welcome back to streaming Modern. God damn it. Next league, easy LFEB. Raula Boscan, thank you for the follow. It is definitely plus life EV, that's for sure. It's actually kind of brutal how the crabs even block the scouts very profitably. Alright. Take one. If I had Sagamane win this easy, yeah, I kind of can't cast it, but sure, no big deal. Who the hell plays Mill? I don't know, man. I really don't know. Well, Valakut gone. Field gone. One Dryad left. I kind of need this Dryad to win the game. And if Balakets gets exiled, gets discarded here, we don't have any more win cons. So there's that. Oh yeah, sure. Well, we're done here. let's move on. Let's move on. All right, Pierce, yes. Negate, yes. Dismembers, yes. Field, yes. Force, yes. Yes. Bis within is only 2. This doesn't do anything. 70 cards. I mean, we have to go down to 69, so I guess I'm gonna shave one Summon Respect. There we go. Easy. Yeah. What? 100% going up to 69. I mean, I'm gonna keep this. It's probably not gonna work out for me, but still correct to keep. Gachi Gassen. I had enabled Gachi base, but I have no idea why my things, my BT better Twitch TV that the gifts don't work. Feels bad, man. So we're playing Amulet. That's the easy part. And I guess I play Growth Chamber. Yeah, I play Growth Chamber. Bounce Pool. So allows me to once upon. God damn it. Stupid grab. Yeah, Gexfer, that's called Ponza. Alright. Alright. Valakut over Scout? Yeah, I think so. Alright, what we got here? Just the classic upkeep fetch. Kenpochi, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. 18 subs today, that's ridiculous. Thank you everybody for the support. Much appreciated. Last league I played, I got mooned game 1, 4 out of 5 games. That's brutal. It is brutal. So I guess we'll play around Surgical here. They can push this because it's enabled this turn. That's fine. I can Titan next turn regardless. Mesmeric Orb. It's kind of a beating. Rek'Sage is gone. No, Ashok is certainly good for us. Please don't mill a Titan. 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 Please. Yes. Yes! Play Valakut. Valakut. Battlements? I guess instead of Valakut, I'm gonna get gems to mine. So many orb triggers. Bernardo Abdanur, thank you so much for the Twitch and sub. Welcome back to the Prime Sim Stronghold. I'm going to do some testing this week, and then I'm gonna write a sideboard guide next week for probably for this list. But I need to know I haven't played Magic for 2 weeks, right? I need to know what the meta looks like and whatnot. Yeah, feel there. It's pretty brutal. Field of the Dead. Tulare West. I would like to destroy my own amulet now, so I don't have to trigger so much. So we still have 36 cards. Next turn I'm going to decline to search, because we're going to be presenting lethal. Oof. Those drown would have been pretty good at killing my Titan. We do have a pack to pay for. Ashiok doesn't do it. Double Miss Miracle, that's kind of a big deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. Alright, so I think we're gonna win. Because this mills 14. That's fine. Yeah, we just have lethal. My opponent's gonna get to see more of our deck, but that's fine. One, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Haste the new Sombo. Swing everything. Decline to search. Pele better than Marathon. Get out of here, Dido, with your mistaken takes. Alright, what else? I think we're good here, right? Just present again. Chico's not good anymore. No. I used to be good. I remember the times. I remember the times when I was good. Time to play the real Titan Cold Shadow. Wow. Wow. Yeah. We keep this. It's not great. We keep it. Untap land. Yes. Actually, I'm gonna play the Dryad. Actually, if my opponent's gonna push something, I'd rather it be the Asusa. So I think we're gonna play that. You don't have any payoff? No, I don't. Not yet. But I have Field, which I'm very close to getting online. Yeah, that orb is gonna be pretty annoying, actually. Another amulet. Brutal. Sure miss ramming up in this matchup. Can tell you that much. Now we're gonna name Giant. Something else gets milled. Synergy. It's called Synergy. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so any land that I don't own already is gonna start triggering Field of the Dead. Push Dryad. Uh-oh. Put myself. Oh no, yeah, no, that's fine. Never mind. Yeah, I should have played Bog last to Bog one more card. So probably getting Surgical here, I would imagine. Yeah, I should have Extirpate the Dryad. Okay. That is interesting. The Extirpate the Dryad over the Prime Time? And it's my opponent's timing was definitely correct there, because if I had milled the Dryad, they are basically I'm basically up one card in my deck there. So my opponent's timing there was definitely the correct one. Is this attack? Is this attack worth the 1 mil? It's gonna be 1 point of damage. Yeah, so this. So next turn I'm gonna get three zombies. Yeah, I think it's not worth it. Because I'm gonna get 3 zombies, that's gonna be 6 damage. Then we're gonna get 3 zombies. But each one of those zombies is actually gonna be worth. No, never mind. I can stack my triggers properly here. Ooh, this is gonna be great, actually. I can make zombies without triggering Mesmeric Orb if I stack my triggers the opposite way. This is literally the only situation in which this happens. But it's good to be aware of it. Exactly. So we have to make sure that we stack our triggers in the opposite way, which is hilarious, right? So this one's free. Then we play this, and we stack them like this. So we bounce here, nothing gets untapped, and we get a free zombie. And we do this again, and the same thing. How hot is this? How hot is that? You should stack the field on top though. It doesn't matter. I don't. That part doesn't really matter. It's kind of the same. Echoing Truth is good to know about actually. Echoing Truth is actually very important for us to know about. Huh. Very interesting. Because I'm seeing Echoing Truth right now, I think I'm going to attack first. Down to 13. Now we can do the same thing that we just did. And next turn we actually have lethal. It's really hard to go against like what is such an automated pattern, which is to stack my triggers the opposite way. It's really funny. Like I actually have to to think about it, which is hilarious. All right, we're gonna get mail by 3. All right, my opponent's gonna need to push something or whatever. Push Sambo. Down to 2. So same thing. Bounce here. Same thing. Well, look at those points of damage from the Azusa actually mattering. Feels bad, man. No, because playing the second Azusa actually mills me for 2, right? Because I'm gonna have to do tap 2. So actually, this milling me for 1 is less bad for me. Told you to attack. Shut up, Dido. But this is funny because my opponent can't draw 3 from the ancestral. They cannot activate Sheldock Isle. This is very, very funny. So their only out is to Echoing Truth my zombies this turn. Of course, they're gonna wait for me to untap. But this still... No bad matchups. Easy. Now, it must really, really suck to be playing Mill because the metagame is filled with Primeval Titan decks, and then you still lose to the Primeval Titan deck. That must feel very, very bad. Never cast a prime time, didn't matter. That's really, really funny. Azusa doing a ton of work that game. Such a good card. You see, people don't want to play for Azusa's. Crazy madman. Wow. That was kind of hot actually. That was kind of hot. I mean, it wasn't the best league ever by any means, but it was cool. We played some cool matches. It feels like that when one loses versus John, I'll be like, oh, there you win. Yeah, kind of, right? Um, so I'm definitely gonna play another league for sure. Trying to think if I want to make any changes. I don't think I do for now. I think I'm just gonna play this again. Do we absolutely need that mainboard EE? No, we don't. We don't absolutely need it. You can play something else if you want. Like, what would you want to play, Dennis? Like another land, maybe. I mean, it's nice because it gives you out to some things that you might not have outs otherwise too, like mainboard Ashiok / Blood Moon, stuff like that. Don't you miss the egg bounce sometimes? Not. I mean, yeah, sometimes yes, because you're again like we're building our deck in order to, even though the deck is called Amulet, the card Amulet is right now the least important it's ever been ever. Right? This card is just not very important for us. In order for us to enable our game plan, and that is kind of the point to an extent. Like if before and in a lot of matchups you were not supposed to you were not supposed to bring in artifact hate against Amulet. Now that's even more true than ever. And as an Amulet player, sideboarding out Amulet is right now less painful than it's ever been, basically. I know what to play in the E slot. Get out of here, Gexver. We don't talk about the meme dino here. Go back to Amulet Temple. That deck was actually kind of sweet. I enjoyed that a lot. Tell me it's Crater Hoof. No, it's definitely not Crater Hoof. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna play another league. If you're watching YouTube, thank you so much. Remember to hit that follow button and that subscribe button. And I hope you enjoy the video and make sure you check out the next one, which is gonna be in the link below in the description. I will see you very, very soon. Bye bye.